All right. Ah. All right, we're live. How's it going, guys? What's up, my man? I'm good. Good morning, guys. Good morning. So what? Good little correction here. I mean, we're down 9.6% now. Bitcoin's at 84K now. Yeah, I think that we're eventually going to be seeing a Bitcoin at between $65,000 to $75,000 here. I think that's where we bottom out, but we will see. It is possible we go down 80% on Bitcoin, like we did previous bull runs too, but that's okay. Good morning from Sweden. I'm tired, boss. It's okay, guys. Now we're gonna get a little correction. We're gonna bounce back up. We're gonna get a little correction. We're gonna bounce back up. You know, it's just the way it goes with bear markets, guys. $10x leverage when Jerome Powell talks, be short. I'm starting to lose my conviction. Why are you losing your conviction? We're at 199. The reverse, the Japan reverse carry trade has begun. XRP is going to $100 per coin by the end of this month, guys. Oh, here it comes. Or sorry, I meant to say $1,000 per coin. It's not $100. It's $1,000 per coin. Right. Not being sarcastic at all. Yeah, don't worry, guys. Don't worry. It's just it's just the reverse carry trade. Oh man. Hi Levi, greetings from the Netherlands. Think that people will start buying silver? I mean, silver has been going up a lot recently, so has gold, obviously. I do think that in the long term, the trend will continue, for sure. I was so sure about XRP, I lost faith, but I will not sell. Yeah, I mean, the fear that I'm seeing in the markets tells me a lot. It tells me that everyone is pretty easily manipulated into believing false narratives. Because for you to lose faith when we're, basically 5x the price we were a year ago, you had to have believed that XRP was going to hit some absolutely insane price point this bull run that made absolutely no sense, like $1,000 per coin or something like that. Which tells me that you were very easily manipulated into believing something that's outside of the realm of reasonable possibility. And I feel for you. You were definitely manipulated by someone or something. Maybe yourself. Maybe you manipulated yourself. I don't know. But welcome back to reality. We're in a bear market. Year's not over yet, smug one. Sorry, yeah. You know what? You're right. The year's not over yet. We still have 30 days. XRP could still hit $1,000 per coin in the next 30 days. My bad. Sorry for being smug. You know, obviously, I'm the smug one here. I'm the smug one here, obviously. Yeah, yeah. This is ridiculous. We still have time. Oh no, dude. Oh no. The hopium. The hopium is coming in. Don't you know? Pump it up. Buy the dip. Buy the dip. We still have time, man. Yeah. That was hilarious, dude. That was hilarious. I love you guys. Seriously. Even if you think XRP is gonna hit $1,000 per coin, still love you guys. Okay? Still support you guys. $1,000 per coin by the end of this month. If you think that, God bless you. Okay, that's all I gotta say. God bless you. I hope you're right. That's it. Year is over now. 1K is absolutely absurd. Dude, you're telling me, okay? There's people here telling me that I'm smug for saying that XRP is not gonna hit $1,000 per coin by the end of this year. I'm the smug one, okay? The irony, you know, it is unfathomable. Bear almost over 10 months. In 2 more to go. Is it going under $1? I hope so. Yeah, I do think, like, in the absolute bottom of this bear market, I do think there's a reasonable possibility that we go below $1 for sure. Yeah. And I know that's not what a lot of people want to hear, but I do think that's what's going to happen. I've experienced 2 more bull runs than most people in this in this live stream chat. That's just the unfortunate reality, guys. You know, you can prepare yourself for what's likely to happen, or you can prepare yourself for Dreamland, which has like a 0.0001% probability. I like to prepare myself for what has like a greater than 50% chance odds of happening, you know? Never believed high numbers, but around $27 was more. Yeah. I mean, like, if you believe that XRP could have hit $27 this bull run, like, that's not like insane by any means. That's not insane. You know, like, under the right conditions, without the government shutdown, you know, with, you know, rate cuts happening sooner. But if all of those things aligned, like $27 per XRP, I think was, you know, like, still very bullish. Like, still, you know, not like super high chance of happening, but in the realm of possibility, for sure. It could happen. I don't know anyone thinking $1,000 per coin. Well, you should get on X, bro. You should get on X. I think we're going to bottom out here around 187. That's where we have the next support. You're assuming we're not prepared for reality just because we have open minds about the WEF reset. Listen, everything that talks about a $1,000 per XRP price point is like, it's just highly speculative and it's not based in actual reality. So yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I don't buy it. And if you genuinely believe it, like I said, that you think it's going to happen in 30 days or 60 days or 90 days, God bless your soul. I hope you're right. I'll be a billionaire. You'll probably have a lot of money too. So hope it's true. It just doesn't seem like a reasonable thing to think right now, considering the state of the market. But yeah, you do you, bro. I was thinking $4 to $5, but clearly the crypto gods had other ideas. Yeah, it's okay, man. You have your eyes too close to the charts, bro. Enough of the smug. You're not qualified. Let's see what the price is at the end of this month, okay? I'll remember your name. Herb Android UK 9928. All right. I remember your name. By the end of this month, we'll see who the smug one is, okay? Damn, that's a lot of water. Dude, guys, you gotta stay hydrated, okay? A lot of people were sold the dream of $100. Yeah. Yeah. Too many people, and I knew this was gonna happen. You know, I've been talking about this now for, I don't know, probably like 6 months. I think I've been talking about it pretty consistently. I mean, I was even talking about it back in April. You know, I was talking about it back in February, March. So it's probably been like pretty much this entire year at this point. I've been talking about it anyways, and I was saying like, when you sell a bunch of people a pipe dream, which is extremely unlikely to happen, and then it doesn't happen, it creates a very toxic environment where people like start to attack each other. And I've seen this happen literally every single bull market I've been in crypto. And this time in the XRP community specifically, it's the worst it's ever been, because for whatever reason, like there's been a lot more moon boys in the XRP army this bull run than there was last time. And there's always been those types of people, like, don't get me wrong, but yeah, it's just a little bit unfortunate. When you push a product, you gotta shoot way high because people are stupid. I mean, what I've learned is that this strategy definitely works to get customers, but those customers are not gonna be very happy when, you know, your insane prediction is like miles off, right? Aren't you one of the ones selling the pipe dream? Not at all. I've never said $1,000 per XRP this bull run. I've never said $100 per XRP this bull run. I've been extremely conservative. I said maximum $20. Maximum, like extremely bullish case scenario on multiple occasions. That's what I said. And I said, you know, in order for us to hit $20, rate cuts, no government shutdown, and, you know, we need to get the liquidity coming in. None of those things actually happen. Quantitative tightening is literally ending today. So we kind of missed the window because the Fed didn't cut rates soon enough. I was buying when it was 38 cents, so I'm not going to stress. Yeah, I mean, you're killing it, man. You have nothing to worry about. Good job. If the kitchen gets too hot for you, get out. Yeah. This kitchen is far too hot for a lot of people. I think a lot of people are just really far in over their heads or something. Like, I don't know. It's just weird. It's just weird. Like, people buy in every single bull run. People buy in during the peak of price, and then they sell once they realize that their pipe dream isn't true. Like, people buy in at like $3 per coin for XRP, and then when they realize it's not going to $1,000 per coin, and we're been trading at like $2 per coin for like 5 months or something, they're like, okay, I'm gonna sell now. Ugh, darn it. You know, it's just like, damn, bro. If you just did like the tiniest lick of research and actually like looked at historical examples of what's happened in previous bull runs, halving cycles, you know, when we cross certain moving averages, etc., you could have done amazingly well. I don't know. But I do think that this is kind of like a real life lesson on why not everyone is necessarily meant to make it when it comes to investing. I think like there are a select few people that will actually do the research and apply the knowledge and listen to the information that's provided, and there's other people that will believe in some like false reality, and you know, and then it creates this disconnect, and the people that believe this false reality, you know, get burned, and the people that actually are grounded in what they're doing and are doing the right moves at the right time make money. And it's just like, that's a very small minority of people that are making money, unfortunately. It's super easy to manipulate people that won't do any of their own research. And so there's a lot of content creators, there's a lot of, you know, hedge funds, there's a lot of like venture capitalists that take advantage of this and just take these people's money. You know, you got people saying that Bitcoin's going to hit $1 million on like popular news stations, you know, this bull run. And they're responsible for billions of dollars of people's money. Billions. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. When you really break it down, it's kind of insane. But holding isn't bad. No, nothing wrong with holding. Like, listen, if you guys are coming in here and like you have like a long-term thought process, like you're thinking like I'm holding this for minimum like 10 years, and I think in 10 years XRP could hit, you know, $100 or above. I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. I do think I would agree with you there. I think there's a possibility it does that, you know. I'm just saying for people that think XRP is going to hit $1,000 by the end of this month in December, which there is a lot of people that think that. Like a shocking amount of people believe in that, truthfully. That's all. Like the video, guys, girls, and blue-haired giraffes. Yes, especially the blue-haired giraffes, okay? Who believes that? Look in the chat. There's one guy that keeps calling me smug because I'm saying it's not gonna happen. Like, he's losing his mind because I told him that $1,000 per XRP by the end of this month is not happening. And if you go to X, there's thousands of people like that, bro. It's insane. Like, I feel like I'm losing my mind looking at this stuff. I need to stop. I really need to just stop looking. I need to get off X, dude. Isn't that when Billiards called big boot and shot numbers? It means the top is in. Yeah. So like, a good sign the top is in is when every single company in a specific industry is more bullish than they've ever been, but all of the smartest investors are actually selling. Like people that have actually made money, like Peter Thiel, for example. If Peter Thiel is selling 100% of his NVIDIA bag, while NVIDIA is going out saying that like they're going to grow by $100 trillion in the next 10 years, there's probably a bubble. Probably. There's a pretty high probability there's a bubble. That's one good indicator. I think Warren Buffett is also a pretty good indicator. One thing that Warren Buffett did recently is he invested very heavily into Google, which I think was actually a really good move because Google is able to do what NVIDIA does, but for a lot cheaper. And I think Warren Buffett and Berkshire Hathaway saw that and they're like, okay, we're going to bet on Google winning the AI race, essentially. Because basically, the way that an engineer broke down NVIDIA, I'm sorry I'm going off on a little bit of a tangent on NVIDIA, but this is kind of important, and it will correlate to XRP eventually, so bear with me. There's this one engineer that I know that works at NVIDIA, and he's responsible for, like, you know, chip manufacturing. And he basically described the fact that NVIDIA's chips that they're currently making for this AI race are extremely cost inefficient. But NVIDIA is the only realistic option that these AI companies have right now for chips. And so NVIDIA is essentially tripling down on building these chips that are extremely cost inefficient, knowing this and selling them en masse when they fully well know that there are other chip alternatives that are like 80% cheaper and do the job just as well, simply because they don't have the manufacturing capability to make those other chips right now. They need to invest some time into doing that. So instead, they're doubling down on something that's super inefficient, basically, to meet the current demand that is there. And like, to me, when I hear things like that, and then I look at Google and I realize that Google's actually, you know, working on the technology that's extremely cost efficient and building that out instead, it makes me realize that long term, NVIDIA will need to make a lot of big changes very quickly in order to compete with Google. And I think that's exactly why Berkshire Hathaway invested into Google. Now, how does this relate to cryptocurrency? Well, there are a number of different crypto projects out there that literally are just inferior in every single benchmark, I would say. Like when it comes to everything that a cryptocurrency is supposed to do, like layer 2 development, when it comes to transaction speed, finality, cost per transaction, ease of development, all of these sort of things, like building applications on top of the blockchain, smart contracts. There's a lot of cryptos out there that just really don't do any of those things well, but are extremely inflated in value right now. And I do think that they're gonna get a pretty heavy correction like they did the last bull run. And even a lot of projects like XRP will need to, get beat up a bit. Bitcoin will need to get beat up a bit. It's just the natural cycle of things. It just happens that way. Betting it gets pretty low by Saturday. The price of XRP. Interesting. X is a dying platform. It's 90% Elon nowadays. Now that's smug. We need to stop rushing things. Going to take 5 years, and a lot of stuff has to happen before then. I don't know what you're saying. If you save 1,000 XRP enough times, it'll make it true. Oh, you meant to say if you say $1,000 per XRP enough times, it'll make it true. Yeah, true. Yeah, eventually, that's all you'll see. Because you've driven yourself into insanity. It makes more sense for these large companies to create their own blockchains than to use one that's already saturated. Depends. Like if they have cross-chain interoperability and they truly know how to build out this technology, yeah, it would make sense. What would make the most sense for the banks if they want to maintain their monopoly is for all of the banks to work together to create like one super blockchain that all of them use for stablecoin transactions and maybe also some crypto related stuff. But the question is, would people actually use that, or would the banks just use that, If the banks wanted to maintain like their supremacy, I guess you could say, like that would make a lot of sense. The economy is going to blockchain? Yeah, sure. It's going to take time. So tremendous no capital gains on crypto for 5 years. Interesting. Could that already be happening and we don't know? Well, it actually is happening. This is one thing I guess maybe some people don't know, but like JP Morgan and many other major banks are actually building their BlackRock. They're actually building their own blockchains. Yeah. Realistic value for XRP in 2026? 2026 is going to be a year of ups and downs. I think it's going to start down and then eventually it'll start moving up. If you mean by like the end of 2026, I think we'll recover our price by then and start the next bull run. So if I had to guess, I'd say that XRP would be trading around $1 or above $1, depending on, just how late in the year we're talking. But we shall see. Lots of selling pressure here, guys. Been buying the dippity dips. Gotta buy every dip. Every single dip you gotta buy. Why will it start a new bull run? Sorry, what was it? Price prediction for end. Oh, so why will there be a new bull run in 2026? Is that why what you're asking? Well, quantitative easing, Trump tariff stimulus. Those things are probably the strongest indicators. Liquidity rising, things like that. all that's set to happen in 2026. So yeah, very good chance. Anyways. But yeah. Would it be better to wait till it's closer to $1? My opinion is that you're not going to cash the bottom perfectly. And so it's better, in my view anyways, just to consistently, enter in as we move down. That's what I'm doing. And that's what I think the best way to go is. So, yeah. That's what I'll do. How much do you usually put on the dips? I need to learn when to take profits, but need to pack bags still. First year in crypto, but def in red now. No worries though. It'll get there. Yeah. I mean, Sean, if you're in the red now, don't worry, bro. I mean, we've all been there. We've all had our first bull run where, we bought a little too high. We came in during maybe the middle of the bull run or maybe the peak even for some people. And we maybe bought the top or close to the top. If when I was in your situation, what I did is I just bought my way down. And for the 12-month bear market that we had, I was buying every single day. I just, looked at how much I had to invest every single month, divided that by 30, and bought that much every single day. And so I have no doubt in my mind that if you also do that, your average entry will go down dramatically. And then by the time the next bull run comes around, you're going to be in the green the entire time. And at that point, it's just a matter of not being greedy, right? So yeah, do with that what you will. What you do is your choice. I'm not providing financial advice by any means. I'm just sharing what I did and what worked really well for me. Just a few hundred. Nice job. Yeah, that's great, man. I'm happy to hear it. I think that's a really great strategy, personally. Is it a good idea to use the same email on 2 different wallets? I mean, I certainly would not, but what you do is completely up to you. I think it's good to have multiple emails, multiple wallets, multiple everything. Multiple passwords, I don't know why YouTube be changing my name. I'm Eduardo. What's happening? What's happening? Why is YouTube changing your name on you, Christian? Or I mean, Eduardo? Sorry, bro. My whole balance has been hedged since $3. I'm free to buy the dip safely and just kick back. There you go. Yeah. You see? That's a great mentality to have. Because, you buy the dip and the price does go up. Well, you're still good. You buy the dip, the price keeps going down. You lower your average entry. You wait for the next bull run. That's fine. Are my thoughts still the same on HBAR? I can't remember. What did I say last time that you asked, Anthony? I think, I still think HBAR is a really solid project. Yeah, absolutely. I love HBAR. X is a crazy place. Let's see what's going on in the news today, guys. Oh, yeah. So it looks like Hassett is indeed going to be the replacement for Jerome Powell, guys. Oh, wow. Okay, check this out, guys. Let's hear what Tom Lee has to say. Sorry, guys, you can't even hear this. One sec. Okay.
I do think Bitcoin can make an all-time high by the end of January. So I don't think we should think the highs are in place for Bitcoin or Ethereum or crypto. So a lot of it's going to depend on equities recovering, which we expect it to, and that helps the animal spirits. And I think a new Fed chair will help. And we have, as Becky said, when people got worried about a hawkish Fed, that kind of hurts the discount models, the discounted cash flow models like AI models, but it hurts crypto models too. So if we have a dovish Fed, that's really a tailwind. I do think.
Okay. You know, and listen, guys. End of January 2026. So you're saying basically the end of, not this month, now that we're in December, but next month. Okay. He's saying that Bitcoin will hit a new all-time high by that time. I mean, what do you guys think? Honestly, I'm actually curious. I'll see what you guys think, and then I'll give my thoughts after. What do you guys think? He initially said October will start to look good, but turns out that was rubbish. Never trust anyone from Wall Street. Wait, what was the name of those twins from Kraken? What's the name of the twin from Kraken? Or no, Gemini twins name. Gemini exchange owner name. Yeah. Well, I think it was Cameron Winklevoss. I think it was Cameron. Or maybe it was Tyler. I don't know. Let's see. I think it was Cameron, though. All the McDonald's. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the owner of Gemini, a multi-billionaire, he's like, on November 17th, he said, this is the last time you'll ever be able to buy Bitcoin below 90K. Since then, it has bounced above and below 90K. Like, I think it's been like 5 or 6 times. I don't know. I just thought that was really funny. Anyways, we're back to Tom Lee, guys. Back to Tom Lee. Winklevoss. Yeah, that's right. Lower prices are better for ETFs to suck out the XRP dark pools and OTC, right? Because it doesn't affect the price yet. Lower prices are better. Yeah, technically speaking, if we get the volume eventually quiz, the answer is yes. But we need to get the inflows first, right? So that's important. I think the 4-year cycle will still play out how it's supposed to, but with so much regulation and changes going on, anything can spark a different bull run. Yeah, I don't think Tom Lee's correct though. I don't think we're going to be hitting a new all-time high before the end of January for Bitcoin. Like we have to go past 126K. I don't know. That just seems like, what would cause that? I mean, I'm looking at all of like the historical times that like quantitative tightening has ended, and it hasn't initially been bullish at all. It's taken a while for after quantitative tightening has ended and QE has started for us to actually hit new highs. I mean, if we get a larger rate cut than expected, higher than 25 basis points, maybe it's possible. But I have a really hard time believing it, guys, just to be honest with you guys. Solana's fallen under 125 bucks. Michael Saylor bought another 130 Bitcoin. Interesting. Wow. 140 billion wiped out from the crypto market in the past 4 hours. That happened just, 12 hours ago. Insane stuff. Wow. This is crazy, dude. What is going on? So, MicroStrategy's market cap is now worth $10 billion less than their Bitcoin holdings. MicroStrategy is down 12% today and 57% since October 6th. This puts the company market cap at $45 billion. Meanwhile, MicroStrategy holds 650,000 Bitcoin worth $55 billion. That is insane. What? How is that even possible? In other words, MicroStrategy's market cap is now trading $10 billion below the value of their Bitcoin holdings. Even if you subtract MicroStrategy's current debt pile of $8.2 billion from their current Bitcoin holdings, they still hold, more than their market cap, What is going on? They aren't very strategic. Yeah, MicroStrategy like literally just buys the top of Bitcoin every single bull run. It's insane. They just dump billions of dollars into Bitcoin at its top. I mean, they gotta buy a lot on these dips. I don't know how they're gonna do it, because they made their average entry so much higher than it was before, because they had so much more money to play with. I guess we'll see what happens. Ethereum extends its decline to 11% in 24 hours as crypto markets are raised nearly $300 billion. Wow. Liquidations are nearly $1 billion over the last 24 hours. Insanity. MicroStrategy has fallen to its lowest level since October 2024. Okay. And look at silver. Wow. This is its first 12-month candlestick with a 100% gain since 1979. So it seems like people are getting out of crypto and into gold and silver. That's where the money's going. How many of you guys are in precious metals? Curious. How many of you guys got gold, silver, that kind of stuff? Silver and platinum. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I guess it's a good diversification too, right? That's insane how much silver's gone up though. I didn't expect silver to move like that. Wow. They're searching to $58 an ounce. Wow. It's up more than 6 times as much as the S&P 500. What? Yeah, that's insane. Wow. What happened the last time silver surged like this? Oh, okay. This chart looks a little... So, the last time that silver had a move like this, 1979, it was followed by a massive correction, which it didn't recover from from 1979 all the way to like 2010? Wow. That's a long time. That's a little concerning. That is a long period of time. Oh, you guys can't really see the times on the bottom, right? So last time we had a candle like this was in 1979, as you guys can see here. 1979 all the way to way over here, like 2010-ish. It didn't hit those same prices until that period of time. How many years is that? That's... Wow. That's like 30 years. So this is where we are today. Oh, I don't know. That seems a little sketchy to me. A little bit. But I hope that silver just keeps going up for everyone's sake who has silver. Anyways. Yeah. Silver's never had a move like this. Well, it did in 1979 and kind of also did in like 2009. It was just followed by a very steep correction in the following year. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Yeah, 1979 is when it moved like this, yeah. Bitcoin drops below $85,000. Yeah, Bitcoin's getting eviscerated. I mean, it's just insane. Bitcoin's now at 84. Where did we end our last go to the 1-day chart here. Yeah, last time we went to 80,000 and then we rebounded up to 91 and then we're actually at 92 here, never mind. Now we're down 6% a day. Oof. It's tough. It's tough. I heard JP Morgan Chase manipulates the silver market. Is that true? I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of manipulation that goes around in silver and gold. I mean, we saw some of the most crazy moves for gold over the last couple of months. People were like lined up buying gold like crazy, and then the next day it dropped by like an insane amount. I don't know if you guys saw that. So there's a lot of manipulation that happens for everything, guys. It's not just crypto or stocks. Precious metals also. Like, I mean, you saw the chart that I showed you guys. Silver hit like an all-time high after going like over a 100% rally over 2 years in 1979, and then it didn't recover that price for 30 years. 30 years, guys. That is insane. 30 years. Think about that. Imagine if the S&P 500 didn't recover its price for 30 years. It wouldn't exist, you know? How can that happen? Definitely a lot of manipulation happened there. Like, no question about it. It's because of paper, gold, and silver leverage positions and demand on delivery. I see. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. 30 years would be sad. Yeah, I mean, that's insane. Imagine buying the all-time high in 1979 and having to hold for over 30 years to get back your money. And the craziest part about that is during those 30 years, there is record levels of inflation too. So the money that you get back is now worth less than half of what it was in 1979. Less than half. Maybe less than 70% of what it was worth in 1979. So you're not even getting your money back. You know, you're getting back like 30%. The $1,000 you had in 1979 that you got back in 2010, you know, was like the difference between you having a down payment on like a nice home and like you being able to buy a cheap dirt bike. For every ounce of real silver, there are 370 fake paper or silver ounces. Wow. I think gold will rule for now. Bitcoin will come after. I think gold will rule for now. Interesting. What is gold's price now? What is gold trading at now? Oh yeah, I mean, we're still hitting new highs. I'll look at the last year. Like what, like September, October was where we were hitting the highs last? Yeah, it's doing good. Gold's doing good. My house in 1980 was $24,000. My house now was $800K. I wish I was around in the 1980s, bro. Buying houses and stuff. If gold stays above 4,200, we're going to 5K by end of year. Yeah. Look at this craziness, guys. XRP now below the $2 level, guys. Reset the chart view. We go to the 1-day chart. Let's see how it looks. No data here. Excuse me? I think we'll maybe hit a lower low. So our previous low was 182. I think we hit a lower low here. If we follow the same trends. The low we hit here was 206, followed by 182, maybe followed by maybe somewhere in the 160 range. If we follow the same trend of hitting lower lows. So what was the low here? 218 and 206, 182. Yeah. If I had to guess, it'd be somewhere in the 160 to 170 range. We hit a low there. What did we rebound up to here? 228. So maybe we go back above $2 again. Maybe 210. Maybe 230. Who knows? I don't think we're going to get back above 230. I don't think we're going to hit a higher high. Anyways, from our last one here. Christmas presents are canceled. RIP Christmas presents, bro. Come on. The family needs them. Let's get a rally to $3 per XRP. Let's go. We don't see 230 this year. Yeah, I would unfortunately agree with you. I don't think so either. I would love to be proven wrong, but I don't think we will either. We failed to get past 256. We only made it to 228. Yeah. We'll buy at 165 if we get there. Yeah, I'm going to buy in the 170 to 160 range if we get down that low. For sure. We're in that part of the bear where we get the big flush. We've gotten a couple big flushes already. I mean, 10-10, October 10th, was a massive flush. Let's be real. That was an insane flush. Stablecoins will become the new standard fast and swiftly when the dollars collapse. Can you give us some hopium? All the hopium comes in 2026. It's all in 2026. We got to be patient. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm not going to say, "Oh, I think we're going to pump to $1 million per coin tomorrow." Sorry, guys. Nope. I don't think we're going to break 230 before the end of this year. I think we're going to, hit our bottom, maybe 165 to 175, somewhere in there off of this move. We're going to bounce. If I had to guess, it's going to be below 218, around 218, wherever we bounce to at the peak. and then we'll go hit a lower low. That's, if I had to guess, that's what's going to happen. And we're going to continue that for a few months. I don't think, like Tom Lee thinks, I don't think we're going to be hitting, I don't know, what do you say, Bitcoin all-time high before the end of January. I don't think that's going to happen. Listen, I'd love for that to happen. I mine Bitcoin. I spend a lot of money mining Bitcoin. But I just don't think it's going to happen. So if you only hold 2K XRP, you're going to be rich. That's the hopium people need right now, yeah. I made so much in metals, I honestly don't care what the crypto does. That's good, man, yeah. But also remember to take profits along the way. I think there's a very high probability that gold and silver will go through some decent corrections if we follow historical patterns. But do what you think is right, you know? Do what you think is the right way to go. Just go listen to Bearable Bull. Zach Rector. They pump hopium. Yeah, there's a lot of hopium out there, that's for sure. Yeah. That's not what I do on this channel. I could get a lot more views if I pumped out that kind of content, but I just, you know, I don't think there's anything worth your dignity. You know? I don't think your dignity has a price. You were talking 20 something? I've already addressed this 100 times. So I'm pretty sure I've addressed this to you, Mr. Roby Wright. Is it super expensive to mine Bitcoin? It depends, is the answer to your question. It depends how many miners you have. It depends what sort of operation you have set up. And it depends the type of machine that you do have. And it also depends what your definition of expensive is. So there's a lot of questions. Levi's a young man with a good soul. Appreciate you, Gel. Sell. It bring the price down. Then you can buy low, sell high. Lots of suckers out there. I'm not, you know, like, yeah, I mean, do what you think is right, bro. If you want to know what I'm doing exactly, or what I've already done a long time ago, you can join my Discord. I guarantee everyone who is here who's not in my Discord will learn something being in my Discord. My prayer is Santa brings us 5 books, LOL. Bro, I can't find your Discord. It's right here. And anyone who's in my Discord will be able to tell you, like, especially my Duke members, because I posted all my exits there a long time ago. Once we get Bitcoin below 70K, I'll start buying XRP. Yeah, I think honestly that's a really good spot to start loading up again. Because we don't know where Bitcoin's going to bottom out, but we do know that it's going to go through a pretty tough correction. So I would agree with that. I think that's a pretty solid move, yeah. I posted a website to get into my Discord, by the way. That's LeviCryptoCrusaders.com. More bullish on H-bar. Yeah, H-bar is going to go through a pretty like violent swing as well, but I do think on the upside, H-bar is going to be really awesome. Still at 13 cents, though. That's actually really surprising. H-bar is doing really well. Okay. I believe on April we'll see a rally. Not this year. In April? Yeah, we could see one by April. Yeah, we could. Powell speaks today. Yeah, I wonder what will happen when Powell speaks. Is it just going to be a giant sell the news event? I mean, it's always extra volatile when Powell speaks. What time is he speaking at? Let's double check that. $8 p.m. Wow, late. We're talking about economic policy. Wow, that's very late. I wasn't expecting it to be 8 p.m. Eastern. He's speaking at the university in California. Stanford. Oh, Stanford. Okay. How do we get in on the miners, the fire token miners? Just join the Telegram, and everyone in the Telegram there will be able to, you know, help you out and make sure that you have all the right information. But yeah, the Telegram. On my YouTube community page, I posted the Telegram. You join in there. Is Scott pro crypto? Yeah, he is actually. He is. 88% chance they cut. Yeah. I'm going to tell you guys right now, if we don't get a rate cut, it's going to be catastrophic for the markets, guys. It's going to be catastrophic. Okay? Like, it's going to really suck. I'm just going to put it that it's going to really, really suck. Okay? So I really hope they cut, and I hope they cut hard. I hope we get surprised. You know, maybe a 50 basis point cut, you know, a little extra cheddar for the homies. Levi, how you feeling today? I'm good, man. I'm feeling really good today. I feel really good about myself too, because you know, I've been kind of warning people along, for the last few months anyways, that this was very likely. And I'm being vindicated in that. I feel good because I know I helped a lot of people find good exits. So I feel good. I feel good. I feel good because I know I was honest. I feel good because I made the right move. I feel good because I helped a lot of people. So I feel good. Today, I feel good, even despite the market going to crap. Agreed. If that bankster donkey, Powell, doesn't cut or only 0.25 and it curtains, yeah, true. I think it's only going to be 25 basis points, which is already priced into the markets, to be fair, because that's what everyone's voting on. Yeah. XRP seems to have slowed. Oh, definitely. Yeah. XRP slowed enormously. I don't know how you're not a top fan, Crude Coin Foundation. You're typing like a madman. XRP is holding the current price. Well, yeah, we're holding right around the $2 mark. I would really love to see us, you know, blast back up here. I mean, that'd be amazing. If we get a 50 basis point cut, I do think we're going to get a real nice rally. But, you know, I don't think that's going to happen, so. Levi, once the Clarity Act goes through, this could reverse. It normally doesn't happen like that, Eric. It normally, you know, we get a big announcement. We know the date that it's going to pass through, and it gets priced into the markets ahead of time. So I don't think it's going to be like, oh, the Clarity Act has passed. Now the markets are going to go crazy. That's a very, and I mean this in a nice way. Like that's what new people to the crypto market think happens. You know, it's once you've been around for a while, you realize that when we have a specific date set for something like an ETF launch or you know, like Clarity Act passing or other things, it gets priced into the market because smart investors see what it means and they buy months ahead of time or weeks ahead of time, depending on how soon they get that information. And so if like you ever hear an announcement, January 15th, Clarity Act goes live, I almost can guarantee you, unless something insane happens unexpectedly outside of the Clarity Act, that it's not going to result in a huge pump on the 15th. Kind of thought the rate cut was baked in, like people say. It is, for sure. All I'm saying is if we get a larger rate cut than anticipated, because right now we have a 25 basis point cut baked in, right? If we get a 50 point cut, okay, we'll get a rally because it's unexpected, right? 90% of people think it's a 25, right? If we get no rate cut, it's going to be a colossal sell-off because that also wasn't baked in, right? Only question is, will the Congress actually get the act passed this year? I call as no. Yeah, I don't think so. I just don't think so. It takes them forever to pass anything. I would like to see a video of you debate. I would like to see a video of you debate someone who believes that XRP will reach $100 by the end of 2026. Sorry, your question was worded very strangely. You mean the end of 2025? Because Jake Claver thinks it's going to surpass $750 by the end of this year. That's what he has a public bet on right now, which he obviously is going to lose. I bet Jake $1 million on X that XRP wouldn't surpass $100 before the end of this year. And he ignored my bet. I don't think he believes it will. That's my honest thought. If he really believed in it, why wouldn't he take it? That's a free $1 million for him, right? It's a free $1 million. Why wouldn't he take a free $1 million? My XRP exit plan was last March after holding for years, and here I am. Was last March, dude. If you had just listened to yourself, dude, you would have been golden. Jake Def does not believe it. I mean, come on, you know, like come on, that's ridiculous. What do you think is the highest it can hit? 220, 230 if we get lucky. Why are you not answering my question? I didn't see your question, bro. What did you say? You're saying you're not asking me a question, Bullish. You're saying the ETFs of XRP will make the price go up soon. That's not a question. You're just making a statement, bro. You can make that statement however many times you want. But you know. 230 by the end of the year. That's like the most bullish run up we're getting. I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's a lot more likely we're going to hit like 218, 220 somewhere in there after we find our bottom off of this this correction here. And we might not even hit 218, you know? It might even be lower than that. But I'm not going to lie to you and say it's going to hit $750 like a moron. Okay, what do you think about that statement that XRP ETFs will pump up the price of XRP before the end of this year? I think that it's not going to happen, bro. Like I don't know like what price you think XRP is going to hit by the end of this year, but I don't think that with the current conditions of the market, we're going to be getting some insane new all-time high or something like that, if that's what you're thinking. ETFs have a lag time, 3 to 6 months on yeah, exactly. The Bitcoin spot ETF, when it was launched, it took 64 days for Bitcoin to hit an all-time high following that. But then you look at the Solana ETFs, and it's only been down since the ETFs were launched, right? So It's not a guarantee. Just because we get an XRP ETF, it's not a guarantee that we're going to hit new all-time highs. Under the right market conditions, if the dark pools are completely emptied out, it certainly can help us. But until that happens, we got a lot of supply to eat up, guys. Jake says there's a few factors that need to happen for it to reach a high price end of year. I've seen him on multiple occasions say that after the XRP ETFs are launched, XRP is going to hit $20 per coin minimum, right? That obviously is not going to happen. Like, it is very apparent to me that's not going to happen by the end of this year. So, you know, this domino theory that people bring up, the supporters of Claver, they're wrong. Because if you look at exactly what he said ETFs alone will bring XRP to like $20 to $30. And then he mentioned, you know, all these other factors would bring the price higher. Sure. But ETFs didn't bring the price to that. So Jake is a nice guy. It's just he's not realistic in his shilling. Yeah. I'd say it'd be good for you guys to look into the lawsuit he was involved in too. For anyone who's unaware of the lawsuit that he was involved in, probably a good idea just to do a little bit more research on that. Guys, understand there's no guidance or rules to start a digital asset fund. Any moron can do it. Unfortunately, yeah. All the experts say the ETFs bring the price up within 2 months, Levi. Yeah, like I said, bullish. With Bitcoin specifically, Bitcoin hit a new all-time high within 64 days of the ETF going live. But look at Solana, bro. Look at the price of Solana. How long has it been since the Solana ETFs have come out? And how has the price of Solana moved following the Solana ETFs? It is not a guarantee. Please listen to the words that I am telling you. I'm still green in XRP. I'm just going with it, buying more when it dips. Yeah, I think that's the way to go too, man. That's exactly what I'm doing as well. Yes, but XRP is not Solana. Yeah. Yep. Appreciate you, my guy. My pleasure, dude. I'm here to help. I'm here to give you the information you need, not the information you necessarily always want to hear, but the information you need to hear. Bitcoin maxis are worse than XRP maxis. Bitcoin maxis are kind of cringy, yeah. Even though the banks went with stablecoins for bridging XRP, we'll still get the pump next bull run. Yeah, I think so. XRP is low on small exchanges, but does not mean that Ripple can't replenish. Yeah, that too. That's what they do with their escrow. They provide that liquidity, baby. Is the Santa rally off then? Every single time that we've had a red November, we've had a red December in the crypto industry. Every single time. We just came off of a red November. So I think it's going to be really hard for us to break this trend, but we shall see. We shall see. See you later, Chipper. Awesome to have you here, man. The ETFs have done well, but they entered into a bear moment. When we flip bullish, it'll add a lot of pressure to the upside. Exactly, yeah. So what I think, Lonzo, is that that flip is going to happen next year. It's not going to happen before the end of this year. It's not going to happen in January of 2026. It's going to happen, sometime mid 2026, based off of what I'm seeing. We just got to wait for that flip, right? So that's basically what we have to wait for. I sold 90% 3 weeks ago. Good. and only hold a small moonbag. Yeah, man. That's like maximum no regret, you know? If you had a good average buy on that, Jesse, you're chilling right now, man. And you could just, you know, that 90% you sold, you could accumulate back at these lower prices slowly. Squid Game type candles. Yeah, it's like, yeah, we're getting lots of back and forth here, guys. Trump will have perfect timing before midterms. We'll see. Yeah, I think midterms are going to kind of be the important deciding factor as well. We've just been like not moving ever since we got to this $2 range. It's just been just in a standstill here. A landstill, I almost said. Ripple has secured expanded regulatory approval in Singapore, strengthening its payments business in Asia, just as XRP whale activity surges across spot markets. Those YouTube strikes really changed your mood. Listen, the YouTube strikes have nothing to do with my view on the market, dude. And it's really funny you think that. My YouTube strikes, it's completely separate, you know? I didn't like go from like being bullish on XRP to bearish on XRP because I got a YouTube strike, okay? Oh, man. Powell's going live today, yeah, at 8 p.m. Eastern. He's going live, yeah. Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot more of the same here, guys. Maybe we'll get a big correction. Levi, you changed your view so many times. Yeah, I changed my view during the bull run to now when we're in the bear market. Wow. Wow, dude. Insane. I went from being bullish to being bearish. I can't believe that. That's actually just crazy. When you really think about it, I changed from bullish to bearish. Yikes, dude. How can you do that, Levi? How can you change your mind from bullish to bearish like that? Mind blown, dude. like what? Oh, man. Just because I'm not telling you what you want to hear, dude. Sorry. XRP's going to hit $1,000 before the end of this month because of the domino theory. Listen. I can't say a lot because of NDAs and stuff, guys, but I've been talking to people and listen. Things are happening in Japan right now, which I really wish I could tell you guys, but I just can't, okay? Yeah. Things are happening. Sorry, is that better? Only 719 million people in crypto worldwide out of 8.2 billion. We need to move more in crypto. Yeah, I mean, it's going to happen, you know? Great Drake impression, yeah. Others tell me what I want to hear. Yeah, exactly, dude. That's my point. That's the problem here. People have been telling you what you want to hear, not what you need to hear. Pass the hopium pipe? All right, sorry. Here you go. Here's the hopium. Listen, I wouldn't have bet 4,000 XRP that XRP is going to hit $750 by the end of the year if I didn't believe it, right? I mean, frankly speaking, I know things. I've talked to people. I went to Ripple Swell. I took a picture with David Schwartz. Okay? I've been talking. See? It's difficult. It's very difficult. You're gonna see, Levi. Yeah. But I'll see you at the end of this month, bro. A picture with David Schwartz. Yeah. Levi, do you invest in other cryptos? What's your top 3 cryptos that you see potential in? Yeah, I would say like XRP and HBAR, and you know, I have Bitcoin, and I have some small caps as well. XRP Vegas. Yep. Oh no, is my live pooping? There we go. Okay, we're good. All right, we're good. Yeah. Levi, can you tell me what I'm going to marry Margot Robbie to? Yeah, of course. Well, if you believe hard enough and you just become $10 billion richer, it could happen tomorrow, okay? It's an easy two-step process, okay? You believe, you become $10 billion richer, you marry Margot Robbie. It's really not that hard. Like, people do like to overcomplicate these things, but I'm definitely believing hard. All right. Well, step 1 complete. Step 2, make 10 billion bucks, man. Exactly. If you're so embarrassed, sell your XRP, Levi. If only you were in my Discord, bro. Man. Are we heading back to 0.5 XRP? I don't know if we'll go back down to 50 cents, but I think we're going to dip below $1 during the bottom. Like, it's going to take a few months for us to get there, for sure. Or sell courses in Miami. Believe and you shall achieve. Yeah. There are lots of buying opportunities here. We broke above $2. Woo! We were like at standstill at $1.99 for 10 years there, guys. Come on, let's bump it up, bump it up, bump it up. I want to see XRP get to $2.18 here off this rally, guys. Beautiful. There's a lot of buyers like right below $2. The Clever study course, only $500 to predict like Jake. The $500 course, now 50% off on Black Friday. Learn how to predict the price of XRP. If ETFs go live, XRP will hit $20 per coin. It's that easy. We're going to $4. Let's go. XRP will be 10 billion per coin by the end of the year. Yeah, and I will send you my silver rounds for 100k a piece. Let's go, dude. Yeah. That's the attitude you got to have, man. If you don't think like that in these markets, you're not going to win, okay? But you need 50k minimum XRP to get the course. Yeah. There you go. There's no privacy on any computer or cell phone. Don't forget the carry trade too, yeah. In Japan, look at the bond markets. Reverse carry trade scenario. That will push XRP to $1,000 per coin. Just listen to the dominoes. Clink, clink, clink. Do you hear that? $20, $100, $1,000. The Black Swan Friday. Yeah, let's go, dude. Why are we dipping? You really think we plummeted below $1, even with the market structure bill coming soon? Yeah. Yep. The tech sucks. Yeah. That's why we'll go below $1. Indeed, sir. Levi, something I still don't understand is how we can expect $100 per XRP given that to reach the value, the market capitalization would have to be possibly bigger than Bitcoin. What are your thoughts? Yeah, I mean, it would have to be bigger than Bitcoin at current prices. My thoughts on that? Well, like, listen, I think it's entirely possible for at one point in time in the future XRP to be larger than Bitcoin. I think that's a possibility, but like to say that's going to happen in 30 days is like, it's insane. I mean, everything is obviously still completely tethered to Bitcoin. Bitcoin goes down 7% in a day and the rest of the market plummets alongside Bitcoin, right? So for like there to be some kind of magic dream scenario where XRP like decouples from Bitcoin and then goes to $100 per coin, while the entire crypto market is getting absolutely crushed and decimated by market makers who are offloading their bags, I think is a kind of a silly prediction to make. Also, I think just in general, talking about $100 per XRP when XRP is at $2 per coin, I think is also ridiculous just in its face. Like, why are we talking about $100 or $1,000 or $10,000 per XRP right now? We haven't even hit $5. To say that'll happen in 30 days will only get you attention, yeah. And listen, I do think there's a possibility that in some time in the future, XRP hits $100. But to give a timeline on that, you know, a timeline on something that speculative where we haven't even hit 1/10 of that price, you know, it's just insane. To say it's going to happen in 30 days, to give like an actual timeline, you have to be so stupid. Because when that timeline doesn't come to fruition, and you've been making this prediction like every single day for a year, what do you think is going to happen to you? Like, what do you think is going to happen to all of these people that gave you their XRP? It's just, I don't know. It's so short-sighted. And somebody who thinks that short-sighted, I do not trust. At all. They have to say that because 99% of retail hold less than 10K XRP. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I guess the only way to convince people that they're going to become rich is to say it's something insane is going to happen. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Follow my 50 course crypto guide for only $50 each and learn exactly when XRP goes to the moon. And in none of the crypto courses do they talk about when XRP is going to go to the moon. In fact, now the list says 99% own 2K XRP. Yeah, they have to give crazy numbers on the upside to keep these people engaged. I don't think it's 99%. Well, I guess you would have to take out the wallets that have a zero balance crude coin, or like below like 20 XRP balance. I would say. Then the distribution would be quite a bit different. Chris Ryan says, I will say in his defense, he has stated multiple times that if not every domino falls, then it'll be $10 to $15 by the end of the year. I've seen him say on multiple occasions, like with ETFs alone, it'll push like XRP to $20, $30. So like one of his dominoes has fallen by his own logic. Also, the whole thing with the Japanese market is technically another domino that has fallen. So by his logic, we should be around $100. Anyways, Levi, do you do your own TA? I really suck at it. Yeah, I do. I actually want to show you guys something really cool. Something I've been working on. Something that I built. Check this out, guys. So, this is my Crusader Signal dashboard. Gives you a market overview, tells you the global market cap, a 24-hour volume, the Bitcoin dominance. It shows you the top movers and the top losers. It shows you the top trending cryptos based off of their trending metrics, how much they're being talked about on social media. We got all the different price charts for all the different cryptos, and then it gives you the signals for whether or not it's bullish or bearish. I mean, XRP right now, you can see the price about $2. See the market cap, 24-hour volume, all-time high price, and then different signals. So like the RSI bearish, the 50-day, the MACD bearish cross, price below the 50-day moving average. So it gives you all these bearish signals that are currently in the market, and then it gives you the confidence level. It's 100% confidence. You can see this is the chart right here. We have the candlestick chart as well. I should start using this in my videos. Yeah, you can see here. Integrated with TradingView. We also have over here Extreme Fear, right? It tells you the Fear and Greed Index. All the top news stories in our dashboard right here. It features all the top trending stories right now. And then we have this awesome section right here. This is my favorite part. This is all the charts. So, you know, like for example, we have like the crypto heat map, the moving averages, dominance charts, all of this. My favorite is the moving averages. So for example, this is the moving averages for Bitcoin right here. You can see these are all the SMAs that are open right now. So you got 20, 50, 100 week SMA. When we look over here, we can see Bitcoin is now actually about to touch the 100 week SMA, which is the orange one down here. Very close. It's well below the 50 week SMA. And so I just want to show you guys something here. So here is the last bull run. Right here at this point, this was actually also in December. Bitcoin fell below the 50 week SMA. Right here for the first time during this bear market or bull market. Sorry, you can see right here it touched the 50-week SMA, it bounced up above it. Right here for the first time in December, it broke below the 50-week SMA. It touched it one more time in April of 2022, and then it collapsed. And then that's when, you know, we hit our bottom during the bear market. But this is what people point towards being the start of the bear market, is when we break below the 50-week SMA. And this isn't just the last Bitcoin bull run back in 2022, 2021, but this was also in 2017. So we break below the 50-week, you know, we trade below it for a while in the bear market. Eventually we break back above it, and that's when the bull market starts, right here, when we break above, right? And so we fast forward to where we are today, and whoa, look at this. We have broken well below the 50-week SMA, the moving average. And now, oh, we're like much like what we're doing here, we're getting close to the 100-week SMA right before we found our bottom. So this has been the most accurate predictor of bear markets and bull markets. Basically, I do think that we're going to find a bottom maybe somewhere around the 200-week SMA at the absolute worst case scenario, which would put us at 55,000 Bitcoin. But yeah, there's also moving averages for XRP too. So we can switch over to XRP. This is now XRP. You can see during 2021, you know, we broke above even all the moving averages, right? 20-week everything. We hit our peak right here. We eventually came crashing back down. And then much like with Bitcoin in, what was it? Yeah, December 19th, 2021, we broke below the SMA, the 50-week SMA. And then we were in the bear market. And you can see right here, we once again broke below the 50-week SMA for XRP. So I would say that these do look very similar, all considered. I would say that if we follow previous trends, I mean, it's also happening in Q4, right? It's happening, you know, within that period of time in the 4-year cycle. We're actually dead on the month right now. So all around, it's looking like we are meeting the same conditions we met last time for the bear market. Something is going to break the 4-year trend. We'll see, but it doesn't look like it right now. So it looks like we're going to be hitting our bottom here. HBAR is a good project. I lowered my DCA. Really ain't buying no more. Yeah, I think we'll bounce at least one more time. I don't know if we're gonna, get back above the 50-week SMA, but I think we'll definitely bounce towards it. Japan 10-year yields are almost 1.9. Wow. How low do you think we can go today? I think we can go as low as 187 today. And so we'll see if that happens. Actually, 185 is the absolute lowest. But we've been trading sideways here for like an hour now. So really interesting. Really, really interesting stuff. All right, guys. Yeah, it was great. It was great going live, doing this with you guys. I'm going to work on some content. I have some stuff I need to get done today. I really appreciate everyone who is here. Make sure you go subscribe to my new YouTube channel. My new YouTube channel, if you go to my main page right here, it's Levi Crypto 2. This is it. I'll be uploading daily here, guys. So, yeah. This is the channel. Get on over there. Make sure you subscrizzle. And I'll upload a video over there, guys, going into more details. I'm going to be going over the moving averages today in my video and really educating people on previous bear markets and how I navigated them and, all that good stuff. So if you're looking for that type of information, make sure you have the notification bell on for my second channel. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you for coming in, watching today. Peace.